Hi. Okay, tomatoes. All right, at this time of the year, tomatoes are dropping off the bushes. We've got way too much, we don't know what to do with them. So I'm going to make a basic tomato sauce. Once again, this is going to be a base. And from there, I'm going to make three things. I'm going to make chili sauce because I've got shitloads of chilies lying around. And I'm going to make a barbecue sauce. Because barbecue sauce, keeping it in the fridge, ready to go for ribs, for wings, for anything you really like. Cake it up, beautiful, sticky, those types of things. And I'm going to, all the bases are made from the tomato sauce. Okay, so as always, chopping the onions up. All right, you'll notice when I've chopped up my onions, I'm not crying. Okay, common misconception. You know, everybody, and I've seen goggles, I've seen people do a whole lot of strange things to stop it. The key is slice through the onions, use a sharp knife. Just remember, there are a bunch of little cells. If you force a blunt knife through them, they pop and they get aerated, and that's what gets into your eyes. All right, sharp knife, slice through it, don't force the knife through. And you'll see, you'll be able to chop a bag of onions without a tear. Taking advantage of the flavors of each of the different products, I'm going to fry up my onions. I'm going to make them golden brown, gives them a beautiful, robust flavor for the tomato sauce I'm going to make. So I'm using 100 mils of oil, putting my 2 onions in here. I'm going to post the recipe on a link. So if you want any of the recipes I'm making in the future, just go watch the video and then go to the link if you're interested. Okay, fry this up, golden brown. Excuse our filming, we're trying our very best, we're going to get there, slowly. Okay, we don't have a massive crew, just filming, we're just having a whole lot of fun around this. Okay, so now for the tomatoes. A lot of people are concerned about how to skin the tomatoes. If I had to skin the tomatoes here, I'd bore you the hell out of you and you'd be busy for at least 5 hours just to make tomato sauce. So I'm going to teach you a quick, easy hack on how to get rid of the skins so that you have a nice, smooth tomato sauce. Basically, I just put it into a high-speed blender. You see, these are all vine ripened, so they're really beautiful. Most of them fell from the bush. I just ran them through some basic sanitizer. Basically, into a blender, take your knife, just give it a basic chop. The blender will do the rest. I don't even take the stalks out the back, and you'll see how I get rid of all of that, so you don't have those little funny bits and pieces inside your tomato sauce. Okay. All right, so I've just blended this up. Nice high-speed blender. Invest in a nice high-speed blender if you're serious about cooking. I've blended up the tomatoes exactly as they are. I've got a nice fine sieve. Yeah, the finer your sieve, the more stuff you're going to get out. And all I do in here, basically, as I'm pouring it, I shake it up, and you see all the bits and pieces come out. All right, a lot of people are concerned and they say, no, you have to boil your tomatoes first, then take the skins off, all of that stuff. Yeah, I don't have time for that. I'm sure you don't either. You're balancing your time, make it easy when you can. All right, I'm going to strain this in the meantime. I'll get back to you. All right, as you can see, I'm just pushing out all the juices, and you see all the peel. I know that, yeah, you would use canned tomatoes normally, which you can use. Just, yeah, what I'm using at the moment is 2.5 kilograms. You know, I'll probably have a yield of about 2.2, but you can see all the skins and all of those things are left behind, and essentially we're left with nice smooth tomato juice. I've got to introduce my ingredients. All right, so it's 100 mils of oil, 2 onions. I'm using 4 to 5 garlic cloves. I've got 60 grams of black olives. Trying to bring in for me, the black olives will be a umami, a slight bitterness. I'm trying to engage all the taste buds. Once again, a little bit of sweet where I've got sugar here. I've got 75 grams sugar, some salt and pepper, and then I'm putting tomato paste in. Especially when you're working enough, found this over time, Bush garden variety. They're not hybrids, they're not fancies, they're just tomatoes. Not bred for anything in particular other than eating. So I put a little bit of tomato paste in. It just enriches it, helps it thicken up as well, and that brings it through together. All right, so essentially, those are the ingredients. Onions are beautiful golden brown. You can make them a little bit browner, but try not to over caramelize them. Cooked never burns, they caramelize well. I'm adding my onions, my olives, bringing that umami, trying to engage. Right, and I'm going to add Just give that up a bit of a fry. Let it sizzle in. Let the garlic soften and fry up a bit. Garlic really cooks very, very quickly with very high sugar content. Then I'm going to add my tomato paste. Give it a swish around. And tomato pulp. Let it sizzle in. Now what we want to do is we want to reduce this. This is probably going to reduce by 1/3. And then I'll just season up with the sugar. I'm going to put the sugar in now. Okay, and it seems like quite a lot of sugar, but just remember there's high acid in tomatoes, and that just balances the flavor of the tomatoes, and it's just, yeah, engaging all those taste buds. Okay, so I'll be back in about half an hour and let's see how it goes. Okay, essentially, you want to get a nice pasta sauce texture. You can reduce it more, but you'll notice this is just pure reduction and no thickening agents whatsoever.
Looks and smells good.
Okay, now I'm going to move over to the table. Okay, we need to season it. A little bit of salt. Salt as much or as little as you like. If you are going to use herbs, I would use herbs later when you use this. This again, I am making a base. Okay, so different uses for this. You can make just a plain pasta sauce, just with pasta itself, and then use fresh basil in it, and you've got a nice vegan dish. If you want to make a bacon and creamy tomato pasta, add a little bit of cream to this, fry some bacon up, put it in. Again, another quick pasta sauce. Okay, now for using and for bottling, I've got a nice jar here. This used to be it's an old yogurt jar. Sanitize the jar. I put it in the oven at 100 degrees. You can just put it in a pot, boiling water, boil it out. Make sure the lid is in good condition. And when this pulls in, and you can see it's a bit loose, when you seal it up, as the pasta sauce cools down, that the top will tighten up. And basically I'm just going to pour this in here, and I've filled the jar up. Make sure that the rim is nice and clean. Take the lid, squeeze it well, not over tighten it. And if the lid is in good condition, or the jar is still in good condition, those old rusty ones, dump them. If the lid is in good condition, you'll see as the pasta sauce cools down, it will become loose. If you come in a little bit closer, Michelle, you can see it's still quite loose. When it tightens up and it's pulled in, you know it's sealed and it can stay in the cupboard. Now, using my tomato base, I'm going to make some barbecue sauce. The reason why I want to make my barbecue sauce, in order to make my chili sauce, I need barbecue sauce. So I'm going to hit it with that. I've got 700 mils of my tomato base. You can see it's still hot. Got some 4 or 5 garlic cloves. I've got 100 mils of oil, 50 mils of sesame oil, gives it beautiful Asian flavor. All right, tomato paste. I've got 300 grams of tomato paste. Then I've got vinegar, 100 mils of vinegar, and sugar. Yeah, this is not a health diet, so it's 150 grams of sugar. All I'm going to do is blend that up into a small paste and ready to go. Okay, so I've blended this up. It's quite a thickish kind of paste. Okay, for this, if you want to, Michelle wants to taste. Thanks for the finger, Michelle. If you want to make your pizzas with this, it actually goes really, really well with your pizzas. Gives it a little bit of zing to your pizzas, a nice flavor. But there, ribs or brisket, if you're into that type of thing, or chicken wings, even for vegans, if you want to take courgettes, put it on courgettes, roast it hot, you'll have that beautiful flavor coming through. Chilies. All right, now, we grew some chilies. They were supposed to be ornamental chilies. Through a little bit of investigating, thank you, Google. All right, we've got They're supposed to be ornamental chilies. They're actually Numex Twilight. All right, reasonably hot chilies. These Numex Twilight are 30,000 to 50,000 on the Scovix reading. Anyway, so everything from the garden once again. I've got for the chili sauce, I've got here 100 grams of chilies. I've got capsicum, 1 to 2. I've got some passion fruit sauce, and I've got my barbecue sauce that I made a little earlier. All right. I'm going to roast these up. I'll show you how easy it is. Okay, when you want to roast up or remove the skin off your capsicum or bell peppers or whatever you want to call them, these are both from the garden, just put them on an open flame. I'm going to do the same with the chilies. I've got a little grid, my handy dandy little grid, and I just burn the shit out of them. You hear them popping up beautifully. I've just got crocodile clamps. I'm just turning them over a little bit. For these chilies, I'm not going to wash them, but I'll show you how to wash them if you do want to wash them. I want that smoky burnt flavor into my chili sauce because it just gives it body. For the bell peppers or capsicum, whatever you want to call them, depends which country you're in, just keep turning them. Make sure that the whole outside is scored. Oh my God, it's burned! No, it's not. That's actually what you want. The way I do it normally is put it into water, clean it off, and I just scrub off all the burnt bits. And this is how they make those pimentos. They make a basic brine, a little bit of salt in there, a little bit of sugar, and clean it off from there. Basically, you scrub it off. You can do this with all your chilies if you like, or if you don't mind that smoky, charred flavor, just put your chilies in just like that. So I've taken the middle out of those. I've tapped the most of the seeds out of there. Don't get too caught up into it. I put that with my 400 mils of barbecue sauce. I'm taking 130 milliliters of passion fruit sauce. I want that fruitiness to come through, and I like the charred flavor, so I'm gonna put the chilies as they are. Like I said, if you wanted to take those burnt bits out, take them out, up to you. Okay, chili sauce blended up, beautiful as it is. Put it in a jar. It's not hot, so maybe hold it back for a little bit. So from the humble tomato, we've got a nice pasta sauce, barbecue sauce, which you can use for pizzas, for anything like that. You've got beautiful chili sauce. Use as much chilies or as little chilies as you like. There we go.